Hey, beautiful people. Am I willing to really believe in myself and the value of what I have to bring? That is a question that's really up for me today. Because what I notice, and it's funny in a way, is that whenever I put something out, whether it's a video or an offer of some kind, I'll put it out there, but then I notice there's oftentimes not like a real energy or impulse to go to people with it fully or to post on it or share on it more than just the initial share of the offering. And yeah, I kind of just hope that people will stumble across it, or maybe I even hope that people don't really see it. So yesterday in my Facebook group, my Dare to Be You tribe, I decided to start again with weekly Q&As and some connection time on Sunday. And I felt this really huge excitement about it. And then today, like all the fears around it started coming up. Like, what if no one shows up for the Q&As, or what if no one is interested? Yeah, I'm sure that you recognize this fear, or some of you will recognize it, about this fear about being visible and putting yourself out there, while inside there's some doubt. There's some doubt around, oh, is what I'm offering like really valuable to people? Do people really want this, or will they welcome it? So I was thinking, how I see this happening for myself, and thinking how, our reality is always a mirror of the relationship that we have with ourselves. So I see what I see show up as my reality is just a way, or it's just reflection of, how I relate to myself and how I value myself. So I understood, like, if sometimes people might not react much to my posts, not as much as I want to, or they don't sign up for my offerings as much as I want to, it's in a way I see it's because they cannot really see or receive me, because I'm not really showing up fully or as much as I can, or like I see myself kind of hold back there. Yeah, this idea of people can't receive what you're offering because you're not really offering, you're not really fully showing up. So that's what's been up for me today. And I realized, wow, I will really have to start valuing myself way more than I have in the past, and really see my gifts, and also dare to embrace my imperfections and see the beauty of that. Because otherwise I'll never really fully bring out that light and this enormous energy that I feel inside. And man, I don't want to die with my art inside of me. I don't want to blow out my last breath, and not feel that I gave it my all. So what happened today when this fear came up is I witnessed myself resort to my usual strategy to deal with that type of overwhelm, which is to get lost in self-criticism, or just get kind of stuck in this idea of just like giving up, like there's no point, I'll never do it, or I'll never get there, which has been helpful to me for many years. Because what I see that it does is that even though it's very painful, it will still keep me from going out there and really giving it a shot, and then possibly have my worst nightmare come true, that what I deep down feel about myself, that I'm not good enough, that's true. And I guess the only thing to break that cycle, or for me, is to really dare to sink into the hurt, the deep pain that's there, of my little girl inside that was feeling so inadequate when she was young, and just to feel through that old pain from a place of compassion and a place of holding. And also just to commit to adopting a few new beliefs about my self-worth. So I was thinking about that today. I got stuck for a while, I felt the collapse for a while. And then I was able to feel through some of the deeper grief that's there. And I could feel this kind of commitment again, rise, where I feel committed, to starting to see my value and feel my self-worth. So I wanted to share with you some of the beliefs that I feel committed to adopting. And so, because maybe they might also be of help to you. The first one is I have a right to be here and claim my space. Just the fact that I'm breathing and I'm alive and I'm here means that I have that right. Second one, it doesn't matter how many times I fall down. What matters is every time that I get back up. I want to focus and thank myself for all the times that I gave up, and then I started believing again, and I got up and I continued. Then another one is I have my unique path and my unique gifts to share, and I'm always on my aligned path. It's not my job to compare myself with anyone else, although that's tempting, but no, I have my unique path to walk. Then another one is my creations, my offerings to the world are perfect and intended exactly as they are, because they come from consciousness. It's not my job to judge what the creation is that wants to come through me. And then the last one is my imperfections are my strength. People relate to me because of my imperfections. So I'm curious what you think about this. I'm curious to hear about which beliefs that you want to adopt about your self-worth. And I also want to invite you to a call that I'm hosting this coming Saturday, the 4th of April. I'll put a link below. It will be a call, a connection call, a sharing circle on these subjects of self-rejection, self-compassion, self-worth. And there will be no replay. It's really for people who want to come. This one is open for both women and men. My tribe is women only, but this one I just want to offer to everybody. And I really want to create a place where we can be witnessed with whatever is alive for us in regards to what we struggle with self-rejection or self-criticism or perfectionism, and also a place to practice showing up in self-compassion and self-love in the presence of others. So I hope to see you there, and big kiss from me.